Donald Trump held his one campaign event of the week in Asheville, North Carolina yesterday. Trump glitching and twitching and struggling to turn English language words into coherent sentences with which he was able to communicate ideas. At one point, he took out packages of Tic Tacs, which we'll get to in a moment. Really, in all seriousness, continuing to raise concerns about whether he is up to the task, whether he is fit to campaign, never mind whether he is fit to be president of the United States, and trying out his "you're fired" line on Kamala Harris. When you have nothing else, go back to what you used to do on your reality show, right?
Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. Go. Get out of here. Right? Get her. Boom.
Boom. Get her the hell out of here. And then he pulled out the Tic Tacs. And this was really a moment that many found to be sort of like the last straw. This guy is unwell. This guy's mentally ill. Not that we stigmatize mental illness. We would want treatment, of course. Republicans often want to make that more difficult. Here is the Tic Tac routine. I guess trying to make a point about shrinkflation.
Look at this. So this is Tic Tacs, right? I don't know if I like the company. I've never met. I have no idea. They're so lucky. Look at all the television. This is the greatest commercial they ever had.
This guy's got a degree from Wharton, I want to remind you.
But that's what happened. This is inflation. This is Tic Tac. This is Tic Tac. This is inflation. This is what...
By the way, Trump's hands are so small that even the prop tiny Tic Tac container looks normal sized.
Happened. I just happened to have... Somebody gave me this one today. I said...
All right. So anyway, very much not going well. And then marginally more substantively, although not really, Donald Trump referring to Kamala Harris as an incompetent lunatic, not taking the advice of every single remotely sane Republican who says the insults simply are not working. You're not going to win with this, sir.
Today we're being laughed at all over the world. You're paying the price for Kamala's liberal extremism at the gas pump, at the grocery counter, and on your mortgage bill, and on everything else. How about your car insurance? How's that doing? Not too good, right? I saw today it's up like 82%. We're not going to let this incompetent socialist lunatic...
Car insurance, by the way, famously regulated at the state level, somehow is now Kamala Harris's fault.
They keep breaking our economy for 4 more years. It'll destroy our country. On election day, we're going to tell her that we've had enough, that we can't take it anymore, Kamala. You're doing a horrible job. You were a terrible attorney general. You were a terrible district attorney. You're the worst vice president in history. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here.
All right. Anyway, so now that's the "you're fired" lead up. And then continuing with this very same approach, he goes back to the issue that is at the forefront of the minds of Americans, the way that Kamala Harris laughs.
Laugh. Don't laugh. No, it's her. No, her laugh is career threatening. They said don't laugh. She hasn't laughed. She doesn't laugh anymore. It's smart, but someday it's going to come out. That's the laugh of a person with some big problems.
Yep. Every Republican worth anything in terms of listening to says that's a bad idea. You're not going to win with that. Women find it misogynistic. Anybody with a brain finds it absolutely distasteful. But Trump's not stopping. He's going to go down with the ship, I guess, at the end of the day. A number of completely unintelligible word salads where I identify the words he's using as English, but they're not really making any sense. And here's one of them.
Now, this is a little bit different day because this isn't around. This is we're talking about a thing called the economy. They wanted to do a speech on the economy. A lot of people are very devastated by what's happened with inflation and all of the other things. So we're doing this as a intellectual speech. You're all intellectuals today. Today we're doing it, and we're doing it right now, and it's very important.
Yep. So I don't know what that means. And then another one of these WTF moments, Trump talking about darling and electricity. What is this? I don't even really get what this is.
You think that's going to lift your prices a little bit? Think of that. They're going to take away 84%. And the real stuff, that's the stuff that powers the plants. It's not wind that goes around and around. And, darling, let's watch the president's State of the Union speech tonight. I'm sorry, we won't be able to do it. The wind isn't blowing, darling. We have no electricity.
Trump seemingly continuing not to know about battery technology, which has been around quite a long time. Donald Trump also during this speech, because remember, the speech is about the economy, insisting that when it looks like he might win not re-election, a second term, a non-consecutive term, when it looks like he might win the election, the stock market goes up. When it looks like Kamala Harris will win, the stock market goes down, which is very much not the way that it's working. Today, Kamala Harris has her best polling of the campaign. And as I am recording this, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 400 points. But never let the data get in front of a good propaganda talking point.
Many people say that the only reason the stock market is up is because people think I am going to win. Did you ever hear that?
Many people say is code for no one serious is saying.
But there was one day a couple of weeks ago when they weren't thinking that, and you saw what happened. This will be a 1929 style crash. You know.
And of course, Trump promised the 1929 style crash under a Biden administration. We've never seen a higher stock market. We've never seen more all-time stock market highs than we have under Joe Biden. Trump then showing that he is terrified of Tim Walz and the fact that Tim Walz makes J.D. Vance look so bad, so bad. When Tim Walz fires up an arena with 10,000 people in it, and J.D. Vance speaks in front of some trucks to 25 people the way he did yesterday, Trump knows it's not going well, and he's taking it out on Tim Walz.
The way she wants it. I mean, the clown that she picked as a vice president, this guy's a clown. He was so bad. You know, when Minneapolis was burning down, he didn't want to call in the National Guard. I got him on the phone. You got to get the National Guard. Get it, get it, get it. I'm telling you, if I didn't force it upon him, you might not have the city.
Of course, Trump is now rewriting history after Trump got caught on an audio recording saying Tim Walz handled everything great in Minnesota. Now he's saying he only handled it great because I forced him to do it. Trump pulling out another of his verbal crutches where he says no one knows. They have no idea what something means. When Trump says they have no idea what something means, what he means is I have no idea what something means. And in this case, it's net zero. The concept of net zero.
Under Kamala's extreme high-cost energy policy known as net zero, you know what net zero, they have no idea what it means, by the way. It's net zero. What does that mean? Nobody knows. Ask her what it means. We're going to go to a net zero policy. What does that mean? I have no idea.
Okay, let me explain it to you very simply. Net zero means the amount of energy consumed and the amount of renewable energy generated over a period of time are the same. So I'll give you an example. My solar panels are net zero over a year, over the course of a year. In the summer, my solar panels generate way more electricity than I need for everything. In the winter, I run a deficit. There's not as much sun. So in the winter, I use more electricity than my solar panels generate. But over the course of a year, it's net zero in that I'm generating more than enough to cover all of my usage. That's net zero. It's very simple. And when Trump says no one knows what it means, what he means is he doesn't know what it means. And I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. Trump talking about his completely harebrained spaces with Elon Musk the other day.
With me, they asked me a little bit different question. That's all right. Did everybody the other night see Elon and me? Right? That's great. That was one of the most successful shows ever done. I mean, that was a lot of people.
Better than the Seinfeld finale, that's for sure.
People like him. I think they like me too, come to think of it. But he's great. And he gave us his full endorsement. He's a great guy. But he basically, you know, he's a guy doesn't need this stuff. What he wants to do is see our country be great again. And he understands. And it's very hard for him to endorse the opposing party. It's not easy. It's very hard. But, you know, he really cares about our country, and he knows the opposing party has really destroyed our country. And
Yeah. So there's a glitch, and he's praising Elon Musk. And then finally, Trump wrapping the speech in Asheville, North Carolina, which just felt like it went on forever, with the inspiring message that we are literally now a third world country.
Personally, we have a lot of important subjects because our country has become a third world nation. We literally are a third world nation. We're a banana republic in so many ways, and we're not going to let that happen.
Right. Not a message that I think is going to get the vote out for Donald Trump. I can kind of see why he's only doing one event a week. They are an absolute disaster. And if you need a little context for the environment in which this happened, just check out what Trump's supporters had to say at this very rally. If you are a student or you run a business, you know how expensive software subscriptions can get. I can tell you as a business owner myself, it adds up, especially with so many software companies forcing bundles and subscriptions on you. And the solution is our sponsor, Software Keep. With Software Keep, you only buy the software you need. You only pay once, you always get a huge discount, and you'll get better customer support. Not only will you save money on software for Windows and Mac, but the experience with Software Keep is better. Before you buy, Software Keep will help you figure out what you actually need so you don't overpay. After you buy, if you have any issues, questions, or anything, Software Keep provides 24/7 lifetime expert software support, including holidays and weekends, and all purchases are protected by the 180-day money-back guarantee and a lifetime product warranty. Very different than when you buy direct from Microsoft. Software Keep is trusted by over 400,000 customers with a 4.7-star rating on Trustpilot. On top of the major discounts that Software Keep already provides, you, as an audience member of mine, get an additional 20% off for a limited time when you go to davidpakman.com/softwarekeep and then use the code PAKMAN. The link is in the description.